Hello there everyone, and welcome to the Anemone branch stencil set layering guide video. So first up, I'm going to start off with the first stencil, and I am going to be starting with that branch image first. So I'm going to pop that into place, and I'm going to be using the mangrove root ink to ink through this stencil bit here. Now I am using the mini blending tools from Altenew, but you can use whichever blending tools that you use and you are comfortable with. So once I have that nicely stenciled into place, I can then remove that and then just shift the stencil over and then pop the first flower into place. For this one, I am going to be using the pumpkin pie ink. Now this first flower that you can see here is on the same stencil as the branch, so that is number 1. Again, I'm going to be using a small blending tool just to add the ink through this little portion of the stencil here. So once I am happy with the amount of ink there, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stencil and I'm just going to move that up and then pop the second layer of this flower into place. I'm then going to be using the Sicilian amber to add the second layer of this flower in. I'm using the same little blending tool that I used before for the other yellow that we popped through for the first layer. And then once that's done, I can then shift the stencil over again and then pop the little flower center into place. It may need a little bit of a turn to get that into the place that you want it to be. And I'm going to be using the mangrove root again just to add ink through the stencil to add the flower center. I'm then going to move on to the second stencil, and I'm going to take the second flower and I'm going to pop that one into place onto the branch. I'm going to be using the pastel sunrise ink to add this base layer of the flower. It's a very beautiful soft pinky blush color. And I'm just going to keep adding that ink through the stencil until I'm happy with the amount of ink that I do have for that layer. So once that's been done, I can then take the stencil again, so the same one, number 2, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to shift that stencil up and then pop that second layer into place onto the flower. Once that's done, I'm going to be using the Canyon clay ink to add in this detail layer that's going to add in those dark kind of images to this beautiful flower here. So once I'm happy with the amount of ink that I have on this one, I'm then going to take that same stencil again and I'm just going to shift that over until I get the little flower center into the center of this flower. Again, I'm going to be using the mangrove root just to add that little flower center into place. Once that's done, on the same stencil we do have the little vase, and I'm just going to do that off to the side. Now you can add that to the bottom of your branch if you want to, but it is a separate element, so you can use this in any way you choose. And for this image here, I am using the burnt red ink. So once I'm happy with the amount that's down there, I can then remove that stencil and I'm then going to move on to the third one. I am going to pop in the little leaf into place on that little branch that you can see. So this is the singular leaf that we have on the third stencil. And for this one, I am going to be using the Sea Forest ink. Once I have the base layer into place, I'm just going to shift that stencil over again. And I'm then going to go through with the mangrove root. Now the 2 leaves that you can see at the top can fit on the bottom, out the top part of your branch, but I'm just going to do these over to the side here just to show that you can use all of these images separately if you wish as well. They don't necessarily have to go together. So for the base of this one, I am using the Sea Forest ink, and then I'm just going to shift that stencil over, and this second layer will fit perfectly within those 2 base layers that we've just done. For this one, I am going to be using the mangrove root to add that really dark shading and detail into the leaves. So here is all of the layering complete. We really do hope that this video helps, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.